I think just, again, getting behind too many hitters, deep counts. We didn't play great behind them. Um, just couldn't get on track tonight. And from a stuff standpoint, I thought he came out. I thought the stuff was good early. I thought, we saw the fastball velocity there in that first inning. Just just couldn't get settled in, and then we didn't play great behind him.
It seemed like he got ahead of some guys. He had 2 strikes on 8 batters, 5 of which reached. Does that add to the frustration when you are at times getting ahead to guys?
Yeah, look, it's frustrating just because, he's really important for us. We know what he's capable of, and you know, coming off an outing where he gave us 6 strong innings, and feel like it will turn around for him. But just tonight wasn't the night where he, whether it was falling behind or whether it was struggling to put guys away. Just tonight wasn't there.
Seems like he was shaking off Sanchez a lot. Is that a matter of him just not having great command, or were they having trouble getting on the same page in addition to that?
Right, Sonny has a lot of ideas about how he wants to attack certain things, so, it could have been them just struggling to get on that same page together. But, that's something that's got to happen, and we feel like will happen. And, I just think it was more a case of just not really being his night.
Aaron, would Wade be better off going at first base with the out pick? Or did he have a play?
We're obviously a little bit up against it there, so we weren't selling out totally in. We had him a couple steps off. I didn't have a problem with the decision, just because he caught the ball in a good position moving forward through it. It probably took a perfect throw, but I felt like he got himself into position to make that throw. The execution just didn't happen.
Aaron, do you have to consider giving Torres more playing time, maybe over Wade, given the way Wade's hitting right now?
Well, I always consider giving Toe more playing time, and feel like we're really comfortable knowing what Toe's going to give us. But we also have a lot of confidence in Wader, especially all the things, even though he's struggling a little bit offensively right now, obviously. There's a lot of other things he brings to the table. Even with the air tonight, there's a range that he brings out in the field, and an athleticism he brings out on the field. So, but Toe's always in that conversation to get more, just because he's so reliable, whether it's throwing him in back-to-back days or sitting there for a while, he gives you a reliable performance pretty much all the time on both sides.
Are you surprised about the defense, the way it's been playing?
Well, yeah. You mean overall?
Yeah.
I think it's something that needs to be a little bit better. I think we'll continue to improve. I think, some of the errors we have, are kind of fluky errors with some pitchers throwing, on pickoffs and stuff like that makes the number a little higher. I think overall, I don't think the defense has been as bad as, say, the numbers might suggest.
What did you see on Stan in left with the ground rule double?
It's just one of those plays where you're dealing with the wall over there, where the rain's kind of starting to go sideways and you got a lot of wind. Just a challenging play where you're kind of dealing with the wall, and that's, with that wall being right next to the foul line, it's just a tricky kind of a play, and again, one of those where obviously not a lot of experience with the ball going that way. It's just, one of those things that's going to happen every now and then on a difficult night.
Aaron, after the emotional win last night, a bit of a letdown to come out and fall behind early and miss the chance to take 2 or 3 here?
Yeah, this would have been, to come in here and get this one after last night and after getting beat up in game 1, would have been nice, but, we'll turn the page. You have to turn the page, and these guys will. The one thing I like, I obviously didn't think we played very well the first part of this game. Kind of really happy with, when we came out of the rain delay. I thought the energy and the compete was really good all the way to the end, having competitive at bats. Some more good performances out of our bullpen guys. Herman coming in and even giving us an extra inning after he had to sit down with the rain delay. So, I was a little frustrated probably the first half of the game with, how it was going. And I thought the guys came out and really competed well and made it interesting and at least got Kimbrel in there in the end.
Were you surprised to see Porcello back after the rain delay?
No, not really, because it wasn't that long. He was in command. They were up against it a little bit from a from a usage standpoint. So, no, I wasn't surprised. I figured he'd probably get back out there, considering it wasn't too long of a rain delay.
What is sort of the guideline for, how long is too long?
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, it's a case-by-case basis. It's an individual thing. It's a need thing depending on your club and where you're at. I think it's a case-by-case thing. I don't think there's a hard set, if it's 30 minutes, if it's 45. Obviously, if it gets too long, nobody's going to go back out there. But it's something you've got to kind of think through and try and make the best decision you can for your club and for the pitchers.
Aaron, in order to turn the page, as you put it, how much more production, how much better performance do you need from the starting rotation than what you got in this series?
Well, I mean, all in the end, it starts with the starting pitching, and I have a lot of confidence in our starters, and I think for the most part, before this series, they've been doing a pretty good job. So this is just I consider a bump along the way, and we'll turn the page in a hurry because you have to, and look to Monty to give us a good start tomorrow in Detroit.
Anything with the suspension surprise you? MLB announced that.
No, I think that's pretty standard.